Next, we are going to be going over sit to stand. Sit to stands can sometimes be a little intimidating having a big bulky piece of equipment, but this does all the work for you and is so easy. So sit to stand, it is right there in the name. We are helping our clients go from a sitting position to a standing position. Your client needs to be able to comfortably sit in order for this to work. So if that's not a possibility, you might not see this. Just like a gait belt, we are going to carefully loop this around our person, and we're going to focus on this belt part first. Words. Going to go ahead and clip that in there, and then you are going to grab that extra little piece, and you want to pull this so it's nice and snug. You want it to be tight on your person till you can't pull it anymore. We're going to grab these other parts, and these are actually going to come up and tuck underneath your client's arms. It is important their arms go up and over. Sometimes they'll kind of hide their arms on the inside, and it's not going to work as well. All right, we got our straps leaning forward. So now let's get our sit to stand. You want to make sure that your legs are nice, wide, and open. So there is a foot pad. So when I step on this, those legs are going to open versus if I step on the left side, the legs are going to close. So we want them open so we can get up and around our person. There is a foot pad and a knee pad, so there is a good chance you'll have to help your client or slow down so they can get their feet up there comfortably and keep pushing until it's all the way pressed up against their knees. And now I would love if you were about to lean forward and push off like you're about to stand up. So lean as far forward as you possibly can. And then you want to get whichever snuggest loop you can get. This is going to help bring your client as far forward as possible. If your client goes to sit back and they're not able to sit back all the way, you know you did it right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click my brakes down. Once that red pad is up, I know my brakes are on. Click that red pad, they're off. And from here, power button is on, off, on. And then we've got a little remote here that just has an up or a down arrow. You're going to have your clients hold on. They do need to help a little bit. Sometimes they'll move their arms to find that sweet spot. That's totally fine. It does help too if you tell your clients to lean back. They'll feel that tension start to pull, and they should slowly start to stand up with it. Again, your client does need to help a little bit. This is not going to completely pull them up. All right. Once your client is up and standing, you are good to click your brakes off and start pulling your client and driving them away. The legs may open and close as needed, and that's totally fine. We're going to go ahead and just drive you on over to your wheelchair, recliner, commode, wherever we're going. As you're getting lined up with the chair, don't forget, make sure your brakes are locked. And then you'll want to open those legs back up if they closed on you, so you know you can get that wheelchair up and behind your person, no problem. You feel that on the back of your legs?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, going down. And you're just going to keep holding that down arrow until your client is down and into their seat. The more slack you have, the easier it's going to be to get those straps off. Perfect. And if you could lean forward a smidge, awesome. Once you're unlooped there, you can get this big equipment out of your way. Watch your client's feet, of course. And you're good to undo that belt. Awesome.